For US President Donald Trump, the sweeping 50% tariffs on Indian exports were just the opening shot. Barely a day after the punitive tariff wall went up, his lieutenants unleashed a verbal crossfire at New Delhi, turning diplomacy into a barrage of broadsides. From branding ties a complicated relationship to rechristening the Ukraine war as Modi's war, and even ridiculing the Indian rupee.
I will put charges and costs and tariffs onto them that will be many times more than what they're going to be paying.
The barrage by Trump's inner circle has been unprecedented.
Yeah, I think that it is a complicated relationship, that it's integrated some with the problems that we're trying to put extra pressure on Russia so that we could get a peace deal to save millions of lives, and the Indian intransigence about opening their markets to our products. And so I think that when you're looking at trade negotiations, one thing I think we've all learned is that you need to keep your eyes on the horizon and recognize that there are going to be ebbs and flows in things before we reach the final position. And if the Indians don't budge, I don't think President Trump will either.
In rapid-fire statements, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent echoed Hassett, calling India ties complicated and venting frustration at stalled trade talks. He scoffed at the very idea of the rupee challenging the dollar, likening it to a paper boat in a storm, and mocked its slide to record lows. Policy hawk Peter Navarro went further, accusing India of bankrolling Russia's war machine, branding New Delhi arrogant and even mocking its democracy. He dubbed the Ukraine conflict Modi's war while slamming Indian tariffs as a tax on American jobs and taxpayers.
There was a hope that the special Modi-Trump relationship would yield something even better, but at least we would not look worse if that had played out.
Ironically, the American fusillade came just as India had signaled a softer line. Government sources told Business Today TV that dialogue lines remain open. Concerns are on the table and both nations know the tariffs cut both ways. But the latest US salvo is expected to further erode confidence within the Indian establishment as regards US intentions.
They are unreasonable, unjustified, and unfair. But our economy is strong enough. Our government will protect the interests of our country. And we will continue to look at markets for all resources because we have a very large population whose energy security also has to be addressed.
Meanwhile, a report by EY says India is projected to become the world's second largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity by 2038, despite US tariffs. The GDP is expected to cross $34 trillion, with the report adding that India is emerging as one of the most dynamic among the world's 5 largest economies. The report cited India's strong economic fundamentals, including high savings and investment rates, favorable demographics, and a sustainable fiscal position. At home, the external threat has triggered a rallying cry for Swadeshi. Political, business and social leaders alike digging trenches for a long battle.
सब बातों की कुंजी है, विकास भी करना है, तो हर बात में अपना देश आत्मनिर्भर होना चाहिए, अपने घर से शुरू करना। जब ये स्वदेशी की बात करते हैं तो लगता है कि विदेशों से संबंध नहीं रहेंगे व्यापार, ऐसा नहीं है। आत्मनिर्भर होना यानी बाकी लोगों को बंद करना नहीं है, आत्मनिर्भर होना है, लेकिन दुनिया परस्पर निर्भरता पर चलती है।
Yet Trump can claim credit for thawing at least one frozen front. While India denies the US president's claimed role in the May ceasefire with Pakistan, the mercurial dealmaker has nudged New Delhi and Beijing closer. As Prime Minister Modi prepares to retrace the historic Silk Route to Beijing, the India-China equation looks set to warm even as the India-US axis comes under strain. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.